Hello and welcome to All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris and I am your host. My guest today is none other than Terry Wiley. Terry Wiley is a finalist for the candidacy of the Alameda County District Attorney. Terry, welcome back to All About Community.
Thank you, Bob. Glad to be here.
When you were last here, there were 4 candidates running in the primary.
Yeah.
And now there are 2 candidates, including you, who will be elected, one of which will be elected in November. I believe, is it November 8th?
November 8th.
No, November, put that date down, November the 8th, and be ready to vote. So, yes. Terry, what's your assessment of the primary and your plans for winning in the general election?
Well, you know, Bob, our goal was to get into the runoff, and we knew it was going to be a closely contested race.
And it was closely contested.
It was closely contested, and we were confident that we were going to make it into the runoff, and we did. And so here we are. And our goal for the runoff election is really to just get our message out there. And our message is one of safety and justice. We have a system of justice that is in need of some changes to make it a more fair and just system. And we bring a very pragmatic and practical approach, while at the same time, what I call is we are the reformer campaign that will keep you safe.
All right. Now, with passion, tell me, why do you want to be the next district attorney? With passion.
You know, I've spent the last 32 years involved in our criminal justice system, trying to be a positive force in our system of justice. And what that has been is not trying to incarcerate people, but trying to get people on a different path so that they don't have to be incarcerated. But also at the same time, dealing with individuals that need to be dealt with so that you and my family can be safe when we walk out of our homes.
Why does it matter for you to be elected versus your opponent being elected?
I think it's very, very important for me to be elected. You know, you're talking about the person who's going to take over $100 million government agency.
$100 million.
And that requires knowledge of the budget. See, it's not just a matter of making policy decisions. You are having to take over a government agency of 425 employees, $100 million agency that you have to deal with the criminal justice system. You have to deal with the consumer and environmental protection system, and it's a very complex agency, and I have 32 years in that agency.
All right, you've had 32 years, but why do you believe that you are better prepared to take on this responsibility than your opponent?
Well, one of the reasons why I was very confident I was going to make it into the runoff is because none of the other candidates have the experience that I bring to this job. And make no mistake, you do need experience when you're asked to take over a $100 million government agency and at the same time implement policies that are going to effectively keep the community safe, but also make it a system of justice that's fair to anyone who comes through the system.
Well, now let's push this a little bit further there. Are there some unique qualities that you may have that perhaps, or experience that you may have in terms of managing this kind of an operation that perhaps your opponent doesn't have?
Well, you know, what's very interesting about me and my campaign is, you know, as I said, I have 32 years experience in the agency. So I'd probably be the person you'd least expect to have the endorsements of some of the leading civil rights attorneys in the country. But I do. I've been endorsed by civil rights attorney John Burris, and John has been at the forefront of trying to bring change to our criminal justice system and raising addressing police accountability. John Burris has endorsed me. I've been endorsed by Benjamin Crump, who represented the family of George Floyd. Ahmaud Arbery.
The Attorney General of Black America, Ben Crump.
Ben Crump.
Ben Crump is the Attorney General of Black America, according to Reverend Al Sharpton.
And when I went to Ben and asked him for his endorsement, he gave me that endorsement with no hesitation because he says, I know the kind of prosecutor that you have been over the years, and you have my endorsement. I've also been endorsed by Lanita Baker, who represented the family of Breonna Taylor. And these are all top civil rights attorneys who are in the forefront of bringing change to our criminal justice system, and they all endorsed my candidacy with no hesitation.
When you said no hesitation, you mean that they eagerly endorse you, and they endorse you because I assume that they think that you will be fair in terms of administering justice.
Well, Bob, I think that they not only think I'll be fair, but I have a record of bringing people together. And whenever people have had issues with the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, I've been the person that they have come to with those problems because they know that I'm going to give them a fair audience, and that if I agree that there is a problem, I will make the changes that need to be made.
Terry Wiley says he will make the changes that need to be made. With that, we're going to have to go to break, so don't touch that remote. Matter of fact, just put it down. We will be right back. My name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and Terry Wiley, candidate for Alameda County District Attorney, is my guest.